Hey everybody, I'm Matt Timms here, and today I want to walk you through the value ladder for a restaurant. I know a lot of you are running Facebook ads or building funnels for restaurants, so I wanted to give you a quick overview on how you can get people coming back over and over, because the reality is it is different than a lot of service-based businesses that we run ads and build funnels for, like chiropractors, dentists, anything in the medical practice, different businesses where they have a very low level entry and they can continue to upsell. Restaurants are different. There's generally not something that you can universally upsell people into. After they get a meal, they get a meal. You can't really, there's not a lot of things to upsell them into on a very natural, recurring basis. So I want to talk you through exactly how to do it and how to work with your restaurant clients. To start, and this is the thing that most people have figured out, and I will put a free funnel in the description so you can grab my funnel for this. You have to do a free offer, which most of us know, most of us understand that. We're going to do a free drink, a free dessert, a free meal, free appetizer, whatever you want. I know different people discuss things differently. You have to work with your restaurant to see how much they're willing to give up, but a free something. Most people are willing to do a free drink for sure because they're super, super cheap for restaurants, and that'll get people to push over the edge. Free desserts are a little bit more sexy. People love dessert. They love chocolate. So the thought of it kind of excites people's emotions a little bit differently. Free meals are obviously fantastic because everyone would eat anywhere for a free meal. The only reason you might not be able to do that is because it can be a little bit more expensive for the restaurant and it might not be worth it. And if they do a free meal to start, the reality is they are going to lose money on that first transaction because that's going to be the bulk of their profit is the meal. You could also do a free appetizer if you have something simple, depending on the cost of the restaurant's appetizers. You could do a free appetizer. The reality is the word free itself is super powerful to begin with. So being able to do that, that's where you start. And then how do we move people up the value ladder is the question I get a lot. First of all, it does exist. It's a little bit more difficult, but we're going to talk about something. The reality with restaurants is the game isn't necessarily moving them up, but it's getting them to come back over and over and over and over. So we have to first think about how do we get them to keep coming back. A lot of people in the restaurant business will say you have to kind of automate their first 3 visits, get them to come back 3 times in a row for something to really happen. So we need to first think about this. After their free thing that they come in and get a meal with, we need to think about how we're going to get them to keep coming back. And we're going to layer that on top of these other things. So what are some other things? Someone comes alone. Maybe it can be bring a friend is the next thing. Maybe it's could be family or a biz meeting, anything like that. Those could be some further up. It's not always going to be sequential, but we're just thinking what are some higher ticket things. And then maybe up here is kind of their whole have a party. And you could have some big premiums like they're going to rent out the whole restaurant, but that's probably not going to happen. And the other thing you have to realize is our first goal is to get them here, and it's not always going to be step 1 right to the next. It's going to be get them here and then get them to keep coming back, and then once they're back, keep moving them up when it's appropriate. So a few ideas after the free drink. Tell your waiters or your waitresses that as soon as they have the free drink, you're going to mark them or check them on a list. And then you're going to say, hey, I am going to give you, because this is your first time here, thank you so much. Here is a $5 gift certificate for your next visit if you bring a friend. So you're changing the medium. It's a free meal, and people get worn out by just hearing the same thing over and over. So you're not going to do free meal, free meal, free meal, free meal. What you're going to do is free meal, and then, hey, I'll give you a $5 gift certificate that's valid for you and a friend. You have to bring a friend with. And then maybe the third visit is another type of thing where once they're back a second time, maybe it's, hey, we'll give you, it could be a different offer. If you start with maybe you start with a dessert, because that's what I like to start with. Start with a dessert. And then your second step is, once they're inside, $5 off your next visit if you bring a friend. And then maybe the next one is a free meal, or a specific plate, or a gift card. Maybe this is $5 off your popular plate, your most popular food. And then your next one is $5 off your friend's most popular meal, or a free dessert with your kids, or a free kids meal. We see that a lot as well. $5 off if you bring a friend. And then the next one is kids eat free, or one parent eats free, or maybe it's free dessert for all the kids in the family. You're thinking, what are some other ways you can layer it on? And you might have different branches as well. You know, some people might go here, some people might go here. But the big thing is you just need to get them to keep coming back because they love you. So you're incentivizing it. Maybe it's a free dessert for your birthday, and then $5 with a friend, and a free kids meal, whatever it is. And then you have to incentivize each step along the way, because you want to get them to keep on coming back and to keep thinking about you. So that's how I would structure a restaurant value ladder. If you're trying to work with a restaurant and convince them that giving away something free up front is actually worth it. And remember, like I said, this isn't an exact science, because the game of restaurants is high recurring. So you just need to get people to keep coming back. And maybe they enter in at the free desserts for kids. Maybe they enter in $5 off to bring a friend. It could be any of these, or maybe you have a reputation. You're a great place to host parties. Any one of these works as an entry point, depending on who it is. But if you're trying to go for the masses, start them here and then work them into the appropriate steps, all the while keeping them coming back. As soon as you can get them to come back 3 or 4 times, then they are a customer for life. So I hope that was helpful. If you have additional ideas I didn't leave on here, please leave them in the comments to help everybody else out. So until next time, happy marketing, and I'll see you later.